Welcome back. This is Chartbusters that you're watching, and a handful of stocks that are doing well from the frontline space. The bullet is definitely roaring. We have Eicher Motors, which has moved to the high point of the day. BPCL moving to the high point of the day as well after some profit taking yesterday. And we have ONGC. That stock, remember, this morning was under a bit of pressure on reports that their cash reserves are at record low. But remember, it's a factual data point, and the stock had corrected about 6% this month already. And we had an analyst who said that this is priced in pretty much given the sort of capex plans the company had. So from there, we have seen a fair amount of recovery on ONGC. But I believe we have the management of Suven Life Sciences on our radar. There has been a report, a brokerage report coming in from Kotak Securities. They've reinitiated coverage on the stock with a target price of close to 445 rupees. And they believe the near-term trigger is the molecule SUVN-502, which completes by the end of this month. We have Venkat Jasti, who's the chairman and the CEO of the company, joining us on the phone line. Thanks a lot, Mr. Jasti, for coming in. And, the big trigger, of course, will be the novel molecule, which is expected to complete phase 2 trials sometime in end of November. Are you in time for that? And how big an opportunity this is, if at all you do get the out-licensing agreement?
Yes, the trial is over already in May itself. What we are getting is the data outputs, hopefully within the next 1 week. And we are already planning to reveal this information at the clinical trials on Alzheimer's disease at San Diego on December 4th, irrespective of the data, whatever the data is positive or negative. And the data release will happen, and you're asking about the size of the molecule. As you know, in Alzheimer's, there is no new drug discovered since 2003, and it's a highly unmet medical need. The value is depending on the the nature of the product and the efficacy levels that it has and the safety levels it has. So we know that our molecule is very safe because we have tested on 562 patients, all in US, not even a single adverse event.
All right, Mr. Jasti.
We don't know.
Mr.
We don't
Jasti?
know the efficacy.
Yeah, Mr. Jasti, so we understand that the SUVN-502, that molecule, the phase 2, results could be out in the next week or so, and maybe in the next 10 days or so, you'll have better clarity. What we want to understand is, what is the out-licensing opportunity? I'm reading our Kotak Securities note. They say that if it's out-licensed, it could garner upfront payment of around $150 to around $200 million. Is that possible?
It's certainly possible. It has happened already 3 years ago. That rate is there. Now the rates are much higher if the molecule is good. Okay. But the proof of the pudding is on the results. Then only we'll know. Right now it is zero. In this business, it's 0 to 1. Right now it's 0.
All right. So December 4th is when we will know about whether this comes by or not, right?
Yes, sir.
And $150 to $200 million, you say the price, actual price, if it does come, would be higher than that?
Yeah, it depends on the appetite of the market and also the type of the result, the efficacy data it provides. It's based, mediocre efficacy, still you may get FDA approval, but the value will be less. But if it's a good data, then you will get more than 200 also possible.
Have you started some discussions?
Oh, there are Big Pharma has done the due diligence on this molecule at various stages, but nobody wants to touch the molecule until it goes through the proof of concept that is on the patients itself, and that is what we are waiting for.
All right, fair point then. Alongside your results, you also announced the demerger of your CRAMS business, which will become a wholly owned subsidiary. At any point, are you looking to unlock some value out there by perhaps listing it separately or getting some strategic investor here?
No, it is not a wholly owned subsidiary. It is a demerger, means it will be Suven Life Sciences will have only the innovation part of it, and the demerger entity will be Pharma, which is listed on the National and Bombay Stock Exchange simultaneously, since everybody gets one share of each. Okay. And the reason why we did this is because If some strategic people in the CRAM side wants to align with us, they don't like the innovation side because we are spending money on that. And if some strategic people on the innovation side want to align with us, they don't like the manufacturing piece. So by doing this separation, then we can have a good fit for the risk appetite. Based on the risk appetite, people can invest either here or there.
You're making an interesting point, Mr. Jasti. So you're saying that the strategic investors could come into both the two entities, that is the demerged entity as well as the current company?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how fast can this happen? So tell us, give us some timelines then. How soon can this demerger take place? That's point number one. Point number two, how soon can we hear about this, investor coming in?
The demerger takes place, 29th is the NCLT hearing.
Right.
And after that, it takes about 60 days for both demerged entity and the both will be listed in the stock exchanges.
Okay.
And post that only, you will have any discussions with any customers because by the time then only they will know that these are completely separated out entities.
Sure, you will be speaking to some strategic investors. In any case, what's the sort of money that you're looking to raise? How much money do you require? Because you are cash rich.
I don't require any money today. The reason why we want a strategic investor is in the CRAM side of the business is to have more business opportunities. In the life sciences side is to get the more technical knowledge because we know only discovery part of it is development is not our forte. We need a development partner to be a partner with us for the development of activities. Right now, I don't need any money.
And you have a cash balance of 300 crores?
I have a cash balance of because 150 crores as of today.
150 crores, all right, because the brokerage note mentions that you have...
recently we have spent about 200 plus odd crores in getting a minority stake in a company from the U.S. bankruptcy court proceedings. We bought in a pharmaceutical formulations development company in USA.
All right, two parts, sir, I want to ask you. One is your R&D spends. As a percentage of sales, how much has it been in the last few years? What is it likely to be going ahead? And I think you were in the higher tax bracket, right, of more than 30, 35%, 34% or thereabouts. Are you looking to shift to the new, tax regime?
Yes, I will shift the new tax regime post the demerger until that time because we can go back to the numbers anyway. Our appointed date is October 18, 2018, so it doesn't matter. And what else? The second question.
R&D spends as a percentage of sales. What was it?
R&D spent because of the innovation in clinical development, which we are doing it in the USA under Suven Neurosciences, is around $10 million per year, and in standalone on the regular R&D around $10 million on average.
All right, Mr. Jasti, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us all those details. So we'll most definitely keep an eye out on December 4th. That would be the important date to track as far as triggers for Suven Life is concerned. The street likes what the management said with regards to the opportunity in the business that they're talking about, the Alzheimer's drug, and also the fact that they are indeed looking for strategic investors. Stock at the high point of the day. We take a short break, come back, and we focus on telecom today as Voda Idea as well as Bharti are looking to file a review petition